Hurry. Hi, Assalamualaikum. I hope you guys have a nice day. I'm Wanas Nudin Nawawi and welcome back to RTP Gombau What's Up 2.0. Coffee is one of the most popular beverages on the planet, but despite its popularity, most people don't know very much about what they are drinking every morning. As a drink that so many of us love, it's easy to geek out on coffee. But what do you really know about your favorite drink? Here are 7 facts about coffee that maybe you were not on radar and you can now use as a party trivia. Let's check it out. Number 1. Your body doesn't need a coffee first thing in the morning. This happens because of your body's natural clock, aka the circadian clock. You naturally produce cortisol, a hormone linked to alertness, which is when you wake up. That means that if you add coffee to the mix, the caffeine actually isn't doing anything for you. So you want the best effects of caffeine, you have to wait until late morning when the cortisol levels have dropped. Number 2, it's not actually the caffeine you crave, it's the caffeine effect on adenosine. Even though about what coffee makes you feel the way it does, it all has to do with what's happening in your brain. As your brain is active and the neurons are firing, these neurons produce the byproduct we call adenosine. Your nervous system monitors the levels of adenosine, and when you start getting to high levels of it, the brain slows down, which makes you sleepy or at least slow down on what you're doing. But caffeine attaches to your adenosine receptors, and when it does, your brain can't detect the adenosine levels, so it keeps going at a top speed, which means that caffeine is getting you checked out, and it's actually putting the brakes on the thing that naturally slows you down. Number 3, honeybees are really into coffee too. There's the buzz of a bee and the buzz of caffeine, but as it turns out, the two have a link. It has been shown that caffeine both attract honeybees, kind of like a drug, and that it has a positive impact on their long-term memory. Wow, sounds interesting, right? Number 4, astronauts have a special cup so they can drink coffee in space. Most of us never think about gravity, but if you didn't have any to keep your coffee in your cup, you probably would. Scientists at Portland State University have been working on a special cup so astronauts don't have to drink their coffee out of a bag. But the zero gravity coffee cups don't come cheap. It costs $500 to print in a 3D printer. Wow, it's quite pricey, right? Number 5, caffeine naps are real and effective. You want to get the most out of your afternoon nap, then you have to drink some coffee before you go to sleep. Researchers have found that a cup of coffee actually followed by a 50-minute nap leads to people feeling extra alert. I should try this. Number 6, the background noise in a cafe is good for you. You know, ambient noise has been shown to be positively influence creativity. So if you feel like you are incredibly productive in a coffee shops, this might be a reason why. But if you can't go to a cafe, you can still create this feel at home. The site Coffee TV recreates the ambient noise that you are used to hearing in a cafe. The clanking of espresso, like for example, and now, and which you can stream right through your headphones. It's easy and cheap. Number 7, coffee spills more easily than beer. Have you ever tried to serve a cup of very full of black coffee? It's hard to keep it from spilling over the edges, but what about a full pint? As it turns out, scientists found that the beers doesn't spill as easily as a coffee because of the foam content itself, which means that your cappuccino is going to slosh less than a cup of black filter. Wow, I just know that. Guys, coffee knowledge is not useless knowledge. It can be used of many things. For instance, telling someone that in fact coffee is not dehydrating when they are explaining their detox to you is a great party trick. Or how about you try to standing at the coffee machine in your office and someone walks over and you mention to them that the first webcam was invented to watch the coffee machine just to make sure it was never empty. Bam! I know that we want to do a lot of stuff, we are not in a good state, we are not in a great shape, and we didn't get a good night's sleep. And we might have a little bit depressed. Coffee solves all these problems in one delightful little cup. See ya!